Up front here, we've got our wedge storage. There's a slot for a 4-way, and we've got the 6-way. We're doing some boiler wood right now, so we're using a 4-way. We've got a 5-gallon bar oil tank. It's just a handle I use to help rotate the crane when I can't reach it. We've got our control panel here. We got clamp pressure, saw pressure, 7-gallon a minute circuit pressure, 15-gallon a minute circuit pressure, which is just for the splitter basically. We've got a non-working fuel gauge, low plug indicator, temperature gauge, tachometer, hour meter with oil pressure and charging status indicator. A key switch. We've got switches for the lights, and this one will shut off power to the saw clutch so that even if it's triggered, it will not come on. I use that if I want to prime the bar oil, or if I want to sharpen the chain and leave the engine running, then I don't have to worry about anything accidentally kicking on. These controls, this is the detent valve for the conveyor. It turns the conveyor on. I can move it the other way and reverse the conveyor if I need to bring a piece back. Down here I've got a flow control for the conveyor speed. This one raises and lowers the conveyor. This one raises and lowers the crane. I've got a wireless remote for the winch on the crane. The crane is basically just to change out the wedges. They're extremely heavy, very awkward. That turns it into about a 35-40 second task to change out wedges. It's on a mechanism. When you drop the wedge all the way down, there's a pin that comes out of this slot. This piece doesn't go all the way through, so it unlocks automatically, and then that makes a cam action to raise and lower the wedge. That is a direct copy of Easton Made's. I like that design. I talked to Andrew about it. He was cool with me copying some of their stuff. I told him this is just a one-off personal build thing. I'm not trying to reproduce and sell them. Got a lot of heavy steel here. I use cylinder stops that clip on. This is a 30-inch stroke cylinder, and since this splitter's turned 180 from a conventional unit, the length of your block you're cutting, you know, often is much less than that, so you can use that to reduce the stroke. So that looks like a 2 or 2.5 inch collar on it right now, and I'm doing 24-inch wood. So basically we can do about 26 or 27-inch wood with this. But you can eliminate some of that travel time and cut down your cycle time a little bit when you're doing smaller wood. This hydraulic log stop cylinder works in conjunction with the clamp and saw. That's all one function. You pull this joystick and it lowers the clamp, or clamps the clamp and retracts that cylinder so it doesn't bind in the cut, and then it lowers the saw. And then when you raise up on it, it extends the log stop, raises this clamp, raises the saw. And of course that's adjustable for your length of logs you want to cut. We've got a lot of plumbing going on down here. We got pressure relief valves, and the flow control for the conveyor, and the sequence valve, which is for the clamp and saw and the log stop. And then this is our flow control to adjust the speed of the saw. This whole console folds up for transport and pins up into place. The seat pulls off, and the footrest and seat bracket pin up here for storage. That light tower raises way up and it swivels. Everybody has some resplits from time to time. This nifty panel swings open, gets out of the way. This is waist high right here. It's very easy for someone to grab a resplit out of here and throw it back over there. And I just have a magnet to hold it shut. It's a pretty stout magnet, so it works pretty good. The conveyor is height adjustable, as I mentioned earlier. The log deck is hydraulic folding. It folds up and the legs swing down vertically. This has worked out really well. I've got 40 gallons of hydraulic fluid in about a 60-gallon or so tank. That's worked out pretty good. Right, keeps it nice and cool even over long periods of time. Some of the sawdust misses the tray. Depends on the wind and the size of the logs, but it works out pretty good too. It's height adjustable. And this is just kind of a platform as a step or a guard for the hydraulic lines, because I got the filter into there and hard lines. And then this valve raises and lowers the log deck, so you need to adjust the height of the legs when you're setting up, so it's nice that it's right over here instead of on the other side of the machine. Battery disconnect, belt drive for the saw, fuel tank. It works really good.